All right, everyone, welcome back into another NFL preseason DFS video. Got the Friday slate coverage here for you guys, and as well as we'll be putting out the Saturday and Sunday slates as well. Do want to just say 9 to 5 has been killing it with preseason like normal. I mean, this is kind of the bread and butter for 9 to 5. It's really the one's main sport in which we still have an edge, so it's fun to attack, fun to go out and really kind of just dominate. That being said, had a bunch of close calls leading up into Saturday, especially on like showdown slates and just potentially taking down GPPs, and then Saturday it came all together, ended up taking down some GPPs on the Saturday morning slate, and honestly, it felt good. Just with a Hall of Fame game, week 1, week 2, up until that point, had some close ones, especially like my Packers and Patriots kind of stacks that I've had going. Very close, and it felt good to finally kind of come through with a GPP takedown. But this week is going to be interesting. The Friday slate is okay. Saturday slate is one we can easily attack, and the Sunday slate is kind of trash at the moment. So Friday slate is like you just have to attack it where you need to, and I think that's going to start off with the Chiefs a lot. So we're going to start off with the first quarterback play. It's going to be Shane Buechele. Anthony Gordon was recently released, okay? Chad Henne, don't expect him to play all too much. He really hasn't played all too much. And Patrick Mahomes not expected to play, okay? So that really just leaves us Shane Buechele. This guy has been playing pretty well. And if you just want to look at kind of take Gordon's reps and replace that with some Buechele reps, he's going to get a lot more passing attempts. In week 1, he had 11 passing attempts. Gordon ended up throwing the ball 17 times. Okay, you kind of combine that, and it's looking like some really good numbers. That's looking like Buechele is going to get over 20 passing attempts, which he did in week 2. He also does add some rushing upside as well. He could easily get 20 yards of rushing the ball as well. To me, Shane Buechele is really the only top-end quarterback play that we want to be on in this slate. There are some other ones that, we can be on, maybe James Morgan, maybe Jacob Eason. Kind of got to wait and see on some of that news, but the standout play currently is Shane Buechele. Now we're going to get into some of the running back plays. I'm going to stick with the Kansas City Chiefs here. Going to pull them up so we can see questionable signs here. Don't really expect CEH to play. Don't expect Dexter or Damian Williams to play. Jerick McKinnon, he might play a little bit, and so might Darwin Thompson. Not sure. Probably going to play a decent amount, but the one player that's going to get like a full half of work is going to be Derek Gore. Derek Gore actually didn't look bad thus far in the preseason. Has had some, pretty good plays. He had 8 carries for 54 yards, and, we'll take that. If he gets that again on this slate, I'm going to be good with that. The fact that we're most likely going to get a full half of play out of him is highly appealing to me. He's someone that I easily want to put into my builds. Then I do want to mention Craig Reynolds for the Detroit Lions. He's an RB that has been playing pretty well, guys. They are still kind of banged up at the RB spot, but word is already coming out that he's going to play a lot on special teams, which that just means he's going to be playing in that game. That's something that we want to see, and he's a guy that's been highly productive when he has gotten the reps. So, yeah, he's another player that I'm perfectly fine with going with at the running back spot. Otherwise, it's just going to be kind of stacking games and, kind of piecing together which players that you guys want to be on given those games. Philly and the Jets is kind of an opportunity. I do want to also mention the running back from Minnesota, Rose Jr. So they recently signed Ito Smith, basically to give them some breathing room. Or else it was going to be the Rose Jr. show in this game, like it was in week 1 after this dude got injured. I don't want to butcher his name. So I still don't mind Rose Jr. It's tough to imagine Ito Smith, a veteran, getting too much work. So Rose Jr. another good option. I do like to put a running back in my flat, typically in preseason DFS. It just ensures you a little bit more points, obviously. Now we're going to move into the receiver spot. Once again, going with the Chiefs. I just like it. You got Fountain here. I don't know how you say it, Fontaine or Fountain. He's been good so far in the preseason. Really the only one that's standing out to me. He had 15.2 total DK points thus far. He's seen a team high targets in game 1, which I think if we're going to piece together which game is going to be most accurate for most teams in terms of predictability, it's going to be game 1 because those were a lot more backups playing. I think that's what we're going to get. Obviously, we get a nice stack in there with him and Buechele. Love that. And then just another one that I do want to pull out is going to be Desmond Patman from the Indiana Colts. Indianapolis Colts, sorry. He's been all right. Had 5 targets and 6 targets in each game thus far. That's pretty good. 19.9 DK points. That's pretty good so far total for the preseason. Not obviously a play that you love, but honestly, guys, there's not that many plays that you're going to love on this slate. So I'm perfectly fine with putting him out into a build. And I do want to mention someone like Braxton Berrios. Not exactly sure how much he's going to play in this one, but when he does play, he should get a plenty amount of targets. Okay, he's a guy that gets open early and often on his routes. Now, he's not going to be a deep threat, probably not going to score massive points, but you could probably lock in about 5 DK points from Berrios, and you're feeling pretty good about it. Then just getting into the tight end spot. Once again, don't love that much in this game, so don't go crazy with it, but Noah Gray is going to be like the one standout play. Just you can easily stack him with Bouchel. Last game he had 3 targets, 5.2 DK points. At the end of the day, you're just trying not to get a 0 at the tight end spot. If we look at it, they only have 4 active tight ends. Now, yes, Fortson is a tight end, okay? But Winchester, he's a long snapper. Travis Kelce probably not going to play. So it really only leaves 3, okay? And Noah Gray is going to be the one I think we'd want to go with the most. Do want to mention, though, there is another tight end out there. Jake Stoll saw 7 targets, and that's mostly just due to the fact that, we don't expect Dallas Goedert to play, don't expect Zach Ertz to play. Hakeem Butler was released. Got a bunch of injuries here. That really just leaves Stoll, and maybe Richard Rodgers. Don't expect him to play too much. So, if you didn't want to go Gray, you could go Stoll there. And then I do just want to mention to you guys as well, Philadelphia Eagles have been trash. Okay, they haven't been able to score points. The Jets D has actually been pretty good, so almost just locking in Jets D is pretty much the route to go, I think. So it's kind of a nice little look for you guys for NFL preseason. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. I do appreciate that. If you guys want to join 9 to 5 Nation, use that lineup optimizer possibly, which is how I was able to, take down multiple GPPs. Did do a single entry lineup that took down GPP, which was pretty fun. But I also had, $20 or the 20 entry max contest in which I was able to take down as well. So that was pretty fun. So that's included in the NFL DFS membership. Links in the description below. That's all I have for you guys. As always, let's keep cashing.